Good morning and welcome to PWR. Today it is Thursday, May 21st, 2020. And it's taken, I think I've known this gentleman for, I want to say 97, 98. I knew this man. And it's taken all those years, 22 years. This is the first ever time that I've had Mr. David Herro on PWR today, and even a one-on-one conversation. We've sat at the desk together. We've been to shows. We've done things. David Herro, welcome to the program.
Thanks, man. Well, you know why that is? It's because Damian Nelson is a selfish lover. He never wants to share. Okay. So it's like, he's very possessive. So it's like, I was shocked that he signed off on this. I'm like, damn, it took you long enough.
Right, 22 years, dude. I mean, even before we're talking the days of Herro Sports page when, Dave says to Meathead, hey, come on in. You want to meet The Rock? Oh, I'm afraid. Oh, I didn't go in to meet The Rock, so that never happened. And all these other things.
And how silly do you feel now? You know what I mean?
Super silly.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing. Yeah, those late 90s, man, what a great time that was in wrestling. A lot different than it is today, that's for sure.
A lot different than it is today. Absolutely. So again, Dave, welcome to PWR today. We did one other show with Damien, so it was the three of you guys, and you guys ran over at like 45 minutes because you guys wouldn't stop talking. But this is a hard 20 today,
to do. Okay. Hey, just rake me across the eyes and let me know, when you got to cut me off. So
I will tell the listeners that don't know this, and Dave, I don't know if you remember this or not, but you know your whole spiel that Damien does. David, blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
Part of that was given to you by me.
I know.
Remember which one it is?
You gave me the Tiberius.
No, I gave you Octavius.
Octavius, that's it.
Yeah.
It was
one of those is mine.
Yeah.
It's a good gimmick. I love it.
It is.
So, Dave, it's Thursday, so we had big wrestling action on last night. We had AEW and we had NXT. Why don't you start us off on a little NXT and give us your thoughts, feelings, concerns. What were you into? What were you just not feeling?
Well, what I wanted to watch last night with NXT, I wanted to watch Karrion Kross and Scarlett, because I honestly believe Karrion Kross, Killer Kross, I'm going to call him Killer Kross, okay? He's a beast, and he is money, and he is going to he's the next guy out of NXT that's going to do something. I'm going to put him in that Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns class. Yes. He's special. He's got size. He's got charisma. He's believable, and he's got the girl. And
he's got the girl.
He has. If you're a dude, you kind of want to be like him because he's a badass and he's got the hot chick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like there's main event written all over him. Barring an injury, I think that, you could easily see him in, 3 to 4 years headlining a WrestleMania because he has that it quality.
So you being the Booker man, if you will, you see money written on this guy, huh?
Oh, without a doubt, because he's an amazing talent. And you know me, I like guys that have some size to him.
Of course.
And he does. He's a legit 6'4", 6'5" guy. When him and I talk, we're eye to eye. And, he's very humble. He's a sweetheart of a man. He's honest. And, I honestly, good things are going to come out of it. And here's the funny thing. I really watched NXT for, really 3 reasons. One, yesterday was Road Dogg's birthday. Of course, he's a main cog in NXT. I wanted to watch Killer Kross, the Giant. And then I want to watch my buddy, Drake Maverick.
Yeah.
And he pulled off a big win last night. I mean, for the guy that has been legitimately and honestly has been released by WWE when they had all their mass cuts a few weeks ago, he agreed to still be a part of the tournament because that's what the plan was. And, he, as far as I know, talking with him, he's still released. But boy.
So is he working on a show-by-show deal?
He's just finishing up his commitments,
Okay.
But when this tournament is done, they have, as far as I know, there's, unless he wins it, and that could happen now, who knows? But, what a way to go out. You're being released, but still being featured on television for several weeks after. It just raises your value. Yeah. So, watching him big win, very cool. He beat perhaps the top guy in the tournament, and it's just cool to see people that you've worked with in the past doing really kick-ass and cool things. And watching NXT, now it's Killer Cross against Tommaso Ciampa. Both great guys, tremendous talents. They're going to kill it at In Your House when they go one-on-one on, I believe it's on June 7th on that show.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Dexter Lumis, formerly known as Sam Shaw from TNA Wrestling.
I wanted to ask you about him. Yeah, go ahead.
He's awesome. I mean, I've known Sam, since he was in TNA, and watching him, he is so committed to his character. And I'm sure I will catch the wrong kind of heat for saying this, but the way he walks around the ring, I'm not saying he is, but there are similarities to The Undertaker, where he's slow and methodical, and everything he does means something. And he had a great match with Roderick Strong, two completely different styles. It was impressive. And it's cool to see these guys that were in TNA, Impact Wrestling, where there was a moratorium on TNA guys that they would never make it to WWE. Look at how many are there now.
Right.
And, right now, NXT is the, how do you say it, the cornucopia of Ring of Honor and Impact Wrestling stars right now?
Kind of. And, there's another guy, too, from last week. They got a major win over Finn Balor, Cameron Grimes, who was a TNA talent as well.
Impact guy also. Yeah, he's one of those Carolina boys. He's one of the Shane Helms and Hardy Boys kids.
Hardy's, from that camp over there. Shannon Morris, that kind of stuff.
I mean, there's just a lot of good young talent in NXT, a lot of great young talent in AEW. And it's amazing how similar, but yet how different the two shows are.
Yeah. I was going to ask you about Dexter Lumis specifically because he went one-on-one with a talent in Roderick Strong that is in the top group, the top faction, the top family, whatever you call it, in NXT. And that wasn't a 5-minute match. That was a good 20-minute match.
They gave them time because I was, for me, I go back and forth between the two shows, and I think it was Orange Cassidy. Yeah, Orange Cassidy and Ray Phoenix were on one channel, and then Dexter Lumis and Roddy Strong on the other. I'm like, oh, I want, Cal loves Orange Cassidy. I want to watch, Dexter Lumis, and we're going back and forth. I'm like, God, I hope this match isn't over yet, and it wasn't. And it was cool going back and forth. Talk about two different styles.
Yeah.
When you have Ray Phoenix against Orange Cassidy, and then you have Dexter Lumis and Roddy Strong. Two different kinds of matches. Both were very entertaining. I enjoyed watching NXT. I was going, it's just crazy. Like, there's so many girls matches now on both shows.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, you were lucky if you get a 3-minute match. Now you're getting sometimes 3, 5, or 6-minute matches of just the girls.
So let me ask you this, and we're going to kind of slide into AEW and your thoughts on it. Do you think that AEW is watching WWE and it's NXT, and is NXT watching AEW? Because now that we have this cruiserweight tournament and they're keeping scores, they have records. That sounds eerily similar to AEW and their overall records.
Yeah, there's no question both shows are watching each other. There's without a doubt, I guarantee it, that both shows are aware of what each one is doing. Because, look at it. Yeah, when AEW has their rankings, and all that stuff, and NXT has their tournament. Now AEW has their chip on a pole match, ladder match with the winner of that gets a world title match. Well, that's just like Money in the Bank. You know what I mean?
Sure is. And even so much so, Dave, even so much so that in the coming weekend here, the PWR draft, we are doing double points for AEW, and that match, the chip on a biscuit or whatever it's being called, or chicken and a biscuit, that is worth Money in the Bank style points. There is a chance Damian Nelson may come out of negative and go into positive points.
I hope not. Don't forget, I got Jon Moxley, so I like my chances of him retaining over Brody Lee.
Yeah.
So
And there also is as well a update coming from Damian Nelson this week. He has said to the commissioner he will be replacing Becky Lynch. We will find out on television at some point this week. I don't know if it's going to be on primetime this weekend. I don't know if it'll be a special video update, what we're doing, but he has a talent that will replace Becky Lynch.
Of course. And he's probably going to take the guy that I want. I'm not going to mention it because then he will take it for sure. And then I'll be just agitated and irritated with the whole thing. So, yeah, leave it to Nelson to find a loophole in something.
Probably. I want to bring it down a bit. We have been on PWR today the last few days. We've been talking about really the big story all week. As of this recording, it has been confirmed that the body that was found is Shad. We've heard my thoughts on this the last couple of days. I literally do not want to hear anybody else say anything but this man is a hero. Oh, Dave, what's your thoughts?
I mean, I've met the man several times. Mm-hmm. I mean, I wouldn't say we were buddies or pals, but it was always, he's been at our shenanigans parties. Yeah. He was one of Al Snow's students, so I knew him through Al.
Sure.
And he was always fantastic, always great. Like, there's some guys who are just like, I never saw him in a bad mood. He was always smiling, always happy. And I was talking about it with Kevin Nash a day or two ago. Mm-hmm. And, because, I said, hey, man, what do you think? He's like, dude, he goes, I'm not saying nothing. He goes, I know that cat. He goes, I wouldn't be surprised if he makes it. He goes, I'm not saying anything unless they know for sure. He goes, he's so big and strong. He goes, I wouldn't be surprised if he would have swam to Catalina. You know what I mean? And, and I asked him, I go, Kevin, when was the last time you've seen the wrestling community put somebody over so strong that wasn't a 60, 70, 80-year-old Hall of Famer? I go, I've never once seen this. He's like, yeah, you're right. I mean, everybody is just doing amazing things. And, with Collar and Elbow, we have a special, Shad shirt, which his favorite shirt was Brooklyn's own Mike Tyson. Well, we did one that said Brooklyn's own, Shad. And perfect. 100% of all the proceeds are going to the Shad Gaspard family. And we've already sold well over 400 some shirts.
And what's the website again?
collarandelbowbrand.com.
Perfect.
So go on there, check it out. It's a kick-ass shirt. I mean, I hope when my day comes that people speak of me half of what they have said about him. I get to hear anyone say anything bad about him. And his last act as a human being alive on this planet was to save his son. And as a father, you're a dad. Any parent out there is just like, if you can't feel that, if that doesn't give you goosebumps, then there's something wrong with you. But what an amazing individual! Just go get my son first.
I'm getting a little bit right now. I mean, because it's kind of going out on your shield. That's how it should be. And again, any other word other than that man died a hero is
absolutely
it's not right.
Yeah. Yep.
So let's talk AEW.
Yes.
Your favorite boy, Orange Cassidy, or Cal's, but
Cal. He loves that guy.
I love Orange Cassidy. I mean, he's entertaining to me. So, what were your thoughts on Dynamite tonight?
You know what? Dynamite has a cool vibe about it. It's a cool, fun show to watch. I love their vignettes. They did one with Darby Allin. I thought it was really cool and creative. He didn't talk, but they got the business across as to what they had to do. They had a really cool in-ring promo spot between Arn Anderson and Jake the Snake Roberts. You didn't see Cody. You didn't see Lance Archer tonight or last night. You didn't see him, and they're one of the guys in one of the main events.
Yeah, for the TNT title, right?
Yeah, that was very cool. And Arn Anderson cut a great promo. Both guys cut great promos. You honestly believe both guys are going to win. And here's the beauty of it. They only mentioned Mike Tyson during that segment. It wasn't all about Mike Tyson last night for AEW. Mm-hmm. Britt Baker may have broke her leg. I don't know. When they did this body slam, of Nyla Rose, and she landed on Britt's leg, looked extremely brutal. So let's hope that, she's going to be okay. There's just a lot of things that were a little off. I mean, Ray Phoenix did a big dive, jumped over the top rope, and the 4 or 5 guys out there didn't really catch him, landed flat on his back. So who knows what happened to him. So there's going to definitely be some bumps and bruises on some of the AEW talent when they wake up this morning.
Absolutely. Hey, now I don't want to take too much thunder away from, what we do on primetime every week, but what are your thoughts on when we actually get back to business? Now, AEW, I think, has been doing it right, where they have some of the talent in there. They have the wristbands. Hey, I've been checked. I'm clean. Let's do this. When do we get back to business and start doing shows that might be in front of more people?
Boy, you know what? I don't know. And that's the thing, because this country is so divided on what it should be. So many don't want to wear a mask. Some want to wear a mask. Some don't want social distancing. Some do.
I mean, here in Wisconsin, these people at the day the order got canceled were in the bar. I mean, I live in the drunkest city in America. The bars are packed.
Yeah, and like people ask me, what's your take on a mask? Well, I'm going to wear it to make people comfortable and make myself comfortable. Here's how I look at wearing a mask or not. And this has nothing to do with wrestling. You wear a seatbelt, right?
Sure.
Why do you wear a seatbelt?
Because it's law.
And just in case you get into a car accident, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how I look at wearing a mask. Well, just in case someone next to me has it. Why? I mean, I don't know. I mean, everyone should do what they feel is right. But when you are a pro wrestling company or an entertainment company, a sports team, and now you're going to have the possibility of having 10, 15, 20, 30,000 people, you better really have a good plan as to what you're going to do, because that's a whole lot of stuff going on. And here's the thing. None of us have answers. There's so many different sides to so many different stories. You don't know what's real and what isn't anymore. That's the problem with all this information. But I hope the fans come back, because I absolutely miss it. Like, sometimes wrestling fans are annoying. They are. Bless all their hearts. I mean, seriously. And you know what? The wrestling fans, they know they can be annoying, because sometimes, they just do.
So you're saying you don't miss the Raw after WrestleMania when we're told it's the Raw after WrestleMania? They try to hijack a show?
No, not at all. But geez, it's like, what are you going to do? I mean, I miss their reactions. I miss, like, we would always take for granted, when they would show, like when Undertaker lost to Brock Lesnar, they showed all those shocked faces.
Guy.
Some of that kind was a bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'll be damned. I would love to have some of those right now, just to get over certain things on TV.
Ms. Girl.
Yeah, like certain things that I know they're doing, but like other people may not, because they don't see a reaction from the crowd.
Yeah.
Like poor Drew McIntyre. Oh my God. Right now, he's the world champ. He finally gets there. He looks the part. He is the part. He talks the part. He does.
And nobody's there to see it.
No one's there to see him. The ratings are in the shitter.
Yeah.
And there's no crowd reaction for the guy. I mean, talk about just being emotionally defeated. And I think for me, that's part of the problem. I think the fan or the wrestlers have now become disconnected, because
they can't connect. I mean, to the fans, because I mean, even though WWE will have them say that you're not supposed to really react to the fans, you're supposed to react to TV and do what you're supposed to do, there's still an emotional connection there.
Yeah. And there's no connection for them. They can't have a connection with Michael Cole and Brian Saxton, or some Joe or Corey Graves. You know what I mean? It's not there. And the problem is, they're so used to working TV style matches where it goes A, B, C, D, E. Okay, you got 3.5 minutes, take it home. Well, now it's so robotic. There's nothing to work off of. Yeah. So now everything just looks mechanical. So yeah, I'm hoping. I hope I hope this all gets behind us soon, because when the fans come back, you watch the shows will get better by 100 times, because the in-ring talent now has something to motivate them, something to feed off of.
Fair enough. Yeah, and maybe the lasers won't look so forced. You know what I mean? Because those lasers on Raw and SmackDown are just too much. Too much.
It does. Is it just hides the fact that nobody's there?
Right. Well, David
Exactly.
Herro, unlike Damian Nelson, I am going to control the time on this one, and I'm going to tell you it's time for us to wrap this thing up. All right.
Oh, okay, sure. I get you. I get it. That's fine. Hey, listen, I didn't want to wake up this early to begin with, but I did it because, hey, for the first time in 20-some years, why not go with it? So,
I was going to say, this is probably also the earliest in the day that we've ever talked. It's usually at night.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough.
All right, bud. I appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you stopping by. For David Herro, I'm the man they call Meathead. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. So long, everyone.